Hi, welcome to Petradot. And in this lesson, we are going to be discussing how to alter the iteration of a loop. Remember, in our previous videos, we learned about loop being a way in a Java program that you can repeat a block of code or an action until a certain condition is met, right? So, but then we have different ways we can alter the iteration of a loop by using any of these three, either using the break statement, the continuous statement, or the return statement. And this any of these can be used depending on what we want to achieve or the condition we want to achieve before the loop will be altered. So to explain this, the break is used to totally break out of a loop entirely or terminate a loop. Break or terminate a loop entirely, right? So if a loop is going on, probably you have set a particular condition that if, for example, that while this number is printing out and this number immediately reaches 4, just break and stop the loop, right? So the break statement is used to terminate a loop entirely. Let's give for example that we are printing a number from 1 to 5, right? So we have something like int count equal to 0, and then we'll have our loop. Let's say we use a while loop, for example. While count is less than 5, let's use less than or equal to, less than or equal to 5, system dot out dot print line, out dot print line count, right? Then count plus plus. So let's first of all let's run this program so that we'll see the difference whenever we implement it. All right, so you can see that we'll have from 0 to 5. Now we want to terminate this loop when it reaches 3, right? What should we do? So we'll do something like this. If bracket open that count is equal to 3, do what? Break. Now let's see what is going to happen. You can see it stopped into here. It didn't print 3. But if you want to print 3 before it breaks, then you can bring this probably under here. So before you increment, just break the loop and stop. So anytime you check and the count is still less than or equal to 5, press the count. Then check if the count is equal to 3. If it's equal to 3, end the loop. Don't print anything again. So let's run this program and see. You can see it now. This loop ended in 3. And that is how the break works. So the break is used to totally terminate a loop and break out of a loop, right? So then the continuous statement is used to jump a particular iteration and continue the rest of the code, right? The continuous statement is used to jump a particular iteration. Let's say for example, I don't want to print 3, but I want to continue printing others. As I'm printing the number from 0 to 5, I want whenever it gets to 3, it should not print 3. It should just print others and continue, right? So let's rewrite this our loop and see. So let's copy this and then just no need commenting. Let me just bring it up anyway. So let's say we are working on our loop and we say that the continue is jump a particular iteration. All right, so now what do we want to do? Normally our loop should print something like this, which is 1 0 to 5. So anytime it gets to 3, jump it, do not print anything. So if count is equal to 3, continue. So the continuous statement, what is it going to do? it will no longer print this. It will no longer do this. It will just jump this particular line. It will jump here entirely and continue with the next loop. So, but before we continue it, let us increase our count here. Meaning, if it is equal to 3, increment the count and continue, but don't print this. So continue means go to the next iteration. So let's run this code and see. You can see we have 0, 1, 2, no 3, and we have 4 and then 5. So let's explain it here. When we started this loop, the count was 0. Is 0 less than or equal to 5? Yes. It ran the whole code. At this point, count is not equal to 3. It increased and count became 1. Is 1 less than or equal to 5? Yes. Is 1 equal to 3? No. So this code will not run. It will do this. Check again. At this point, count is 2, right? So is 2 less than or equal to 5? Yes. But is 2 equal to 3? No, it is not. So it will jump this condition, still increment it and print this count. Then at this point, count is now 3. It will check, is count less than or equal to 5? Yes, because it is 3. Now it comes here and check again. If count is equal to 3, is it equal to 3? Yes, it is. Then what did it do? It will increment count and then call the continue statement, meaning don't do any other thing that comes here. Forget every other action here. Just ignore whatever that is happening here and then check the next iteration. That is exactly what is happening. So the continue statement is used to jump a particular iteration and continue to the next iteration, right? That is about continue. Then the return statement. The return statement is mostly used in a method or a function to return a value to the variable that actually called that function, right? So don't worry, if you don't understand what a function or a method is now, in our future lessons we are going to be learning that. But just know it that the return statement is used mostly when a loop is in a function, so we can return the value of that loop or of that function from that loop whenever the loop is running. Let's say, for example, let me create a function anyway. Don't worry, just like I said, we are going to be explaining it better later in a future video. Let's say we have a function, say private int get favorite number, right? Then we'll have our loop here. So if it is equal to 3, what will you do? Just return 3 for us. Return count. Else just return 0 here. So by default, let's leave it to return 0 here. All right, so we'll now come here and call get favorite number. Sorry, we need to make this thing static. Get favorite number. So when we call this now, it will automatically trigger this loop to start running, right? So it will trigger this loop to start running, and whenever this loop becomes equal to 3, it will call the return statement to return this count, and when it returns this count, this loop will automatically end. Nothing else will happen. So the loop ends there. So let's run this program and see. You can see now the loop ended in 2. Sorry, we did not print this, so let us print out this value. Let's print out this value. Let's say we assigned it int fav equal to this. So system.out.println favorite number is equal to this. So let's run this. You can see now the return statement actually returned this for us from this function, right? And it ended the loop after calling the return count. Nothing else happened, right? So these are the 3 different ways of altering the iteration of a loop, right? So you use the break statement probably when you want to when you have a condition to totally terminate the loop whenever that condition is met. So the break is used to totally terminate or break out of a loop, while the continue statement is used to jump a particular iteration and move to the next iteration, ignoring the other actions that might be under the continue statement, right? Then while the return statement is used when a loop is inside a function to return the value of that function to probably the particular variable that called that function. So if you have any confusion or question about the explanation for today, then drop it on the comment section and don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you.